Tanya, and I'm here again with another layout using the December HipKits and this fantastic sketch by Ashley Horton with this giant ampersand. Isn't that cute? So as you can see, what I'm doing here is just deciding what papers I want to use, and because I had the idea to cut the ampersand out of that dotty paper there because it's got some orange in it, and as you can see in the photograph, the costumes that they are wearing have orange, so that's how I was tying that in. But then because that pattern paper is so busy, I figured the rest of my layout, the background, needs to be kind of neutral, so that's how I came about to choose the papers that I am using. And the photograph is of Kontiki. Now, both my girls are in the Girl Guides, and every year the Scouts put on a raft competition, which they call the Kontiki, and they invite Girl Guide teams to participate as well. And my kids have been doing it for years now. And this one, the theme was Star Wars, and that's why they are all, if you can see it, they're all dressed in BB-8 costumes. And this is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to confess my embarrassment. I'm going to be upfront about it. The idea I had there was to cut out the ampersand in the black cardstock and have it as a border all the way around. And as you can see, that didn't work out very well, did it? So I figured, what did I do wrong? So I decided, let me cut it out in craft. Julie did that. Wonderful, fantastic. Do you see what happened there? Yep, exactly the same size. And I don't actually understand it because in the software I did the offsetting function and I had this beautiful outline around my original ampersand, and I moved the original ampersand out of the way and cut twice, you understand, twice. I cut it out and it was exactly the same size. So I'm really not quite sure what went wrong there, but I did feel a little bit of a twit, especially the second time. I mean, the first time you can kind of explain it away, the second time it's just daft. But as it happened, it turned out all right because now it's kind of shadowy there with the two of them, so not quite like how that turned out. So it was a happy kind of boo-boo. So now I'm just matting my photographs as I normally do. What I did to get the size of the and if you see my drink, that's my drink of choice when I'm scrapbooking. Roses, lime cordial, and soda water. Fantastic drink. Anyway, be that as it may. In the Silhouette software, I just grabbed any old ampersand I had in my library, and I then sized it to the size that I wanted in order to incorporate the photograph down below there. Because in the original sketch, the photographs are on the side, but because I wanted to use this photograph, and I couldn't cut that down to two little photos because you've got a line of girls there. So that's why I, have the photograph where I've placed it. And now I was thinking it's not popping quite enough, so I figured I needed some sort of background, but that black made it just too much sort of matchy. So yeah, I used that green zebra paper. In fact, I've used that green zebra paper quite a lot, and you can't tell there are any zebras on it. That's what I love about matting like that, where you've just got a hint of the paper. You can use any paper for that and it can look really good. So yeah, doing that. Now onto my title. I do change out those black alphas to these ones, which are mistable ones, because once I saw it down there I figured no, the black was too harsh. And I was thinking, what else can I do there? And then I remembered in this kit came that 2016, which is like a plastic material. It's quite thick. And I thought, well, that's perfect because this is 2016 and this is the Kontiki. So that worked out nicely too. I love it when that happens, when you suddenly have this spark of genius and you think, that's gonna work. Okay, enough self-praising, Tanya, really. So these are Heidi Swap flags, and I have to admit, and then there was a disaster with the glue. I wasn't terribly sure how to use those flags. I have tried them on a number of layouts and it just hasn't worked, so I thought, I can tie them in on this one because at the top of the raft obviously there's a flag, and yeah, it just seemed to work nicely. So yeah, getting back to the Kontiki, it's actually an incredibly, did you see me slide it down there? Yeah, it wasn't in the right place. Nice thing about wet glue is you can just slide it on down. So getting back to Kontiki. It's an incredibly hard competition. You have to build your raft, your group has to build the raft from scratch, and you get, I think you have to build it in, I don't know, a couple of hours, or the morning. No, you get the morning to build it. Then the crew go out for 24 hours, and they go and they anchor out in the bay, and they do all sorts of competitions and tasks and things, and then based on the points that you get for the various tasks, then obviously, you know, you have your winner. But it's hard. You know, they have to do 2-hour shifts of staying awake, and Tamsin is the crew leader, so she had that responsibility as well, and she had a very young crew. She's 17, and then the next girl was 14, and from there, you know, it was younger. And that makes it even harder because they're competing against scout troops, which are a mix of boys and girls. And I mean, naturally, boys are stronger than girls, so they have that advantage. But despite all of that, they came 6 out of 24 rafts, which I think is a phenomenal accomplishment. So they're all very proud of themselves. And the costume is really cute. Sadly, they came 4th in the costume, which they were a bit disappointed about because they figured and it was really innovative, and they looked so cute. But, you know, when other people hire costumes, like Han Solo costumes and whatever that Princess Leia costumes, you know, how do you really compete with that? Anyway, so back to the layout. I put those silver hearts on, but you'll see at the end when I give the close-ups, I've taken them away because looking at it, I decided it was too much, and I didn't like it. So then I just added more bulk by putting on a flare on the photograph, because obviously the photograph is not raised enough for me. Yeah, because I backed it with foam. Because the 2016 is so raised, I figured the photograph needed to be raised too. Now I'm just adding some Studio Calico Mistable Stars, which I did think about colouring, but then opted out of that. And I think that was probably a wise decision. And there you can see much better without the hearts. Yeah. And I did a little bit of journaling along that diagonal, just to basically, you know, say that they look so great and what a fantastic job they did. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I quickly want to say thank you so much for all those people that comment and give me thumbs up. It is truly appreciated. So thanks again, and I'll be back soon. Bye.